Hello students, welcome to Science Teacher. In this session, we are going to discuss about cellular respiration. In this, we are also discussing about aerobic and anaerobic respiration. We already discussed about the mechanism of breathing and gaseous exchange. The link is provided in the description box. You can see that video also. Now let us understand what is cellular respiration. You know that respiration is a metabolic process. It is a biochemical process which is taking place inside the cell of all living organisms. In respiration, energy in the form of ATP is produced by the breakdown of glucose, which is used by the cells to perform various functions. Let us understand this. What happens in respiration? In respiration, the glucose molecule which is taken inside the body during nutrition, that glucose will be oxidized to form carbon dioxide, water with the release of energy. That energy is used for the synthesis of ATP molecules. These ATP molecules are called as a energy currency of the body. Whenever required, this currency, that is energy, can be used for various body processes. All living organisms are performing respiration. Now what happens in respiration? Let us understand that is food molecules, mainly glucose, which is reaching our body through nutrition, that is broken down in various pathways depending on the involvement of oxygen or absence of oxygen. So now here you can understand different organisms perform respiration in different ways. Some organisms use oxygen to break down glucose completely into carbon dioxide and water. Some other organisms, when oxygen is not available, they break down glucose incompletely into the certain substances like alcohol or lactic acid. So that doesn't involve oxygen. So that process also releases very less energy. In aerobic respiration, that is involving oxygen, that releases huge amount of energy. Let us understand this. The type of respiration we will discuss here. I told you, when oxygen is involved in respiration, it is called as a aerobic respiration, and oxygen is not involved, anaerobic. Let us learn this word itself. Aerobic, air. We are talking about oxygen here. Air contains oxygen, which is essential for our cells, and anaerobic means oxygen is absent. Oxygen absent means anaerobic. Oxygen present, aerobic. So in aerobic respiration, what happens? There is a complete breakdown of glucose. Glucose molecule C6H12O6 with the involvement of oxygen completely breaks down to form carbon dioxide, water, releasing huge amount of energy. That is 36 ATP are generated here. Total 38 are generated, but 2 are used in the first step itself. That is why net gain is 36 ATP in the aerobic respiration. Now where this respiration takes place? Inside the cell. Particularly this respiration, aerobic respiration, also involves cytoplasm and mitochondria, whereas in anaerobic respiration, oxygen is not involved. So anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen, and there is incomplete breakdown of glucose to form carbon dioxide and release of energy. Less energy is released. Only 2 ATP are generated in anaerobic respiration, and it completely takes place in the cytoplasm. Anaerobic respiration takes place completely in the cytoplasm itself, whereas aerobic respiration involves both cytoplasm and mitochondria. First step of respiration, that is glycolysis, will be taking place inside the cytoplasm, and further processes, that is complete breakdown of pyruvate molecules into carbon dioxide and water, that takes place in the mitochondria in a cyclic process called as a Krebs cycle. Okay, how much energy is released here? The energy which is required for the synthesis of 36 ATP molecules are generated in aerobic respiration. Let us understand cellular respiration in detail. So first step is what? First step is glycolysis. Okay. Now glycolysis, it is common for both aerobes as well as anaerobes. And this glycolysis takes place inside the cytoplasm. What happens here? The glucose molecule, one glucose molecule, which is a 6 carbon compound, that will be broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvate, that is a 3 carbon compound. Let us write it C6H12O6, that inside the cytoplasm, where it takes place inside the cytoplasm, this is broken down into pyruvate molecule. How many molecules? 2 molecules. 2 molecules. And this is a 3 carbon compound, and glucose is a 6 carbon compound. So 6 carbon compound glucose splits into 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound called as a pyruvate, where it takes place inside the cytoplasm. This is the first step of a cellular respiration. Now next, depending on the presence or absence of oxygen, this pyruvate gets converted into different products. So in the presence of oxygen, this pyruvate will completely break down into carbon dioxide and water, releasing huge amount of energy. In the absence of oxygen, there will be incomplete breakdown. Let us see which is the intermediate product that we will discuss now. So first we will be discussing about the 3 pathways of cellular respiration. In the presence or absence of oxygen, there are 3 pathways. Okay. Now after glycolysis, what happens? The food can enter. If oxygen is available, it can enter into Krebs cycle. In the absence of oxygen, in yeast cells, the pyruvate is converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide and a small amount of energy. Now here, what is yeast cell? You have to remember, yeast is a unicellular fungi. Unicellular fungi. It is also called as Saccharomyces. Where we are using this yeast? Yeast is used in fermentation process. That means if the food has to get fermented, yeast cells are added. Dry yeast powder we get. Yeast powder we get in the grocery shops. What we do? We dilute it in a little warm water, and after some time, when food is available, these yeast cells will multiply and they will undergo anaerobic respiration to release ethanol and carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide makes the food stuff porous and soft. So this carbon dioxide is released. That is why the bread loaves are having a pores in it. And also it increases the volume of the bread dough. Now small amount of energy is released. So here this process is also called as alcoholic fermentation. Why? Because alcohol is released here. Alcoholic fermentation. Anaerobic respiration in yeast cell is also called as alcoholic fermentation. Now in the absence of oxygen, what the yeast cell does? It will convert the pyruvate into alcohol, ethanol and the carbon dioxide. Now you can see the equation here. The glucose molecule will be splitting into where it takes place in the cytoplasm. This is common for aerobes as well as anaerobes. It splits into 2 molecules of pyruvates. That is a 3 carbon compound. 6 carbon glucose will be converted into 2 molecules of 3 carbon pyruvate. Now this, in the absence of oxygen, so what happens to this pyruvate molecule? It will get converted into ethanol, which is a 2-carbon compound, and 1 carbon is there in the carbon dioxide. So ethanol and carbon dioxide are formed, and energy, how much energy? Only which is necessary for the synthesis of 2 ATP molecules, that is released here. So this is called as an alcoholic fermentation. And where all yeast cells are used for fermentation process, it is also, yeast cells are also used in beverage factories. You know, beverage factories, what all things are produced there? Beverage factories, wine, beer. So grape, fermentation of grapes will be fermented into wine. Okay, so this is done with the help of yeast cells, alcoholic fermentation. Now let us understand about lack of oxygen. What happens? So whenever there is a heavy exercise or athletic session, our muscle cells have to work more. But the oxygen supply is limited. With the insufficient supply of oxygen, the muscle cells undergo anaerobic respiration. What they do is they will break down this pyruvate into lactic acid. So pyruvate is converted into lactic acid. This lactic acid accumulates in our muscle cells. With the accumulation of lactic acid in our muscle cells, we get cramps. So pain, we can't fold our legs or hands suddenly if we do some exercise. That is why we have to do some small exercises before heavy exercise. Then only blood circulation increases in that area and complete breakdown of glucose takes place. Incomplete breakdown in the muscle cell, that leads to the formation of lactic acid. How to relieve from that pain? So we have to massage that area so that more blood reaches that area, and then lactic acid further getting converted into carbon dioxide, water, and the energy. This is possible only in presence of oxygen. So oxygen has to reach there through blood. Now let us see the equation here. The glucose, which is 6-carbon compound, first converted into pyruvate, 2 molecules of pyruvate, which in the lack, if the oxygen is not sufficient, in the lack of oxygen, that is converted to lactic acid. You can see here it is again a 3-carbon compound. Pyruvate also 3-carbon compound. It is converted, it is not broken down, it is converted into lactic acid and energy. Again only 2 ATP molecules are synthesized here in lactic acid fermentation. Muscle cells undergo lactic acid fermentation. That is, pyruvate molecules will be converted into lactic acid and a little amount of energy is released. Let us see about what happens if oxygen is available, that is in aerobes. So all the animals which are undergoing aerobic respiration, they will be getting oxygen, sufficient amount of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen, what happens to the pyruvate molecule? Oxidation of pyruvate occurs in the mitochondria. It is the cell organelle, double layered cell organelle, and it is the powerhouse of the cell. So complete breakdown of pyruvate into carbon dioxide, water, and energy takes place through a cyclic process called as a Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle. And how many ATP molecules are produced? 38 molecules of ATP are formed, but 2 ATP are already used in a glycolysis. So the net gain of aerobic respiration is how much? Net gain of ATP molecule, net gain of ATP are how much? 36. Okay. Now next you have to remember the energy made available is much greater than in the case of anaerobic respiration. So 3 pathways we already understood. Which are the 3 pathways? One is in the absence of oxygen, alcoholic fermentation in yeast cell, that is incomplete breakdown of pyruvate molecule into the ethanol, carbon dioxide and the 2 ATP molecules. And in the muscle cells, in the lack of oxygen, the pyruvate molecule gets converted into lactic acid and a little amount of energy is used. In a lactic acid fermentation, that is in the muscle cells, carbon dioxide is not produced. It is very important, children. And next, in the presence of oxygen, what happens? There is a complete breakdown of a pyruvate molecule in the mitochondria in the presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water and 36 ATP molecules net gain, and 38 molecules are formed, but 2 ATP molecules are used up in the first process of cellular respiration, that is the glycolysis. So net gain is 36 ATP. Now you can see here the mind map for the breakdown of glucose by various pathways. This map is very important. It is given in the NCERT textbook. You have to write 3-4 times to remember this. So you already learned the concept. Only the short forms you need to write. First process of cellular respiration, that is glycolysis. It is common for all the 3 ways of respiration. So that you will write first. Glucose, which is a 6 carbon molecule in the cytoplasm, it breaks down into 2 molecules of pyruvate, which is a 3 carbon compound, plus a certain amount of energy is produced. And this pyruvate, if oxygen is not available, that is in the absence of oxygen, it will, in the cytoplasm itself, it gets converted into ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. With how much energy? That is 2 ATP molecules are synthesized here. And next, in the muscle cells, that is lack of oxygen, this pyruvate molecule gets converted into lactic acid, which is again a 3 carbon compound, and a little energy, that is 2 ATP molecules are synthesized. If this lactic acid accumulates in the muscle cell, what happens? We get the cramps. And if oxygen is available, then in the presence of oxygen, this pyruvate enters into mitochondria. Inside the mitochondria, in a series of reactions called as a Krebs cycle, in that this pyruvate will be completely getting converted, breaking down into carbon dioxide plus water plus 38 ATP. Net gain is how much? 36 ATP molecules. You can understand the difference between these 3 ways of cellular respiration. So first anaerobic respiration or fermentation process, in that very less amount of energy is released, whereas in aerobic respiration high amount of energy is released. And anaerobic respiration takes place in the cytoplasm itself, whereas aerobic respiration, first it takes place in the cytoplasm, then the intermediate product, that is the pyruvate, enters into mitochondria, and there it undergoes several steps and finally breaks down into carbon dioxide, water, releasing huge amount of energy. And one more thing you have to remember, this aerobic respiration, in that also the glycolysis takes place. So both aerobic and anaerobic glycolysis is the common pathway. It takes place in the cytoplasm. So with this we are finishing this, but again you have to remember about the ATP molecules. I told you ATP molecules are formed, then how the cell gets required energy for its activities. So ATP molecule, what is there? ATP full form is adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. This is the full form of ATP. Now here triphosphate means 3 phosphate groups are there. These phosphate groups, how many are there? 3 are there. PO4. 3 are there. So these 3 are there in a base, adenosine base. So let me take one base here and 3 molecules of phosphate. So this is bonded to the base, and whenever energy is required, the terminal phosphate bond is broken down. This releases about so high amount of energy is released here. So this breaking of bond, that is the phosphate bond, will release energy which is required for the activities of the cell. and this ATP will be getting converted into ADP. ATP gets converted into ADP plus inorganic phosphate. Whenever required for the cell, this splitting takes place and plus energy is released. And if energy is available in the respiration, that time the reversal process, ADP combines with the inorganic phosphate with the consumption of energy, it forms ATP, which is the energy currency of the cell. You have to remember here. So ADP plus inorganic phosphate with the consumption of energy, it will be forming ATP, which is the energy currency, which is stored in the cell. And whenever cell requires energy, this terminal phosphate bond, I told you here, so that bond breaks, releasing 30.5 kilojoule of energy per mole. 1 mole of this phosphate molecule will release this much energy, 30.5 kilojoules of energy, which is a huge energy which is required for the functioning of the cell. So this is the splitting of ATP molecule into ADP and inorganic phosphate, releasing energy. How much energy is released? 30.5 kilojoule of energy is released. And ATP can be used for which all processes are taking place in the cell. So in our body, there are many muscles. In order to move our body or blink our eyes, there are many muscles involved in there. So for the contraction of muscles, a huge amount of energy is used. That energy comes from the ATP. And for the protein synthesis in our cell, for the conduction of nerve impulses and many more other activities within the body, ATP is consumed, energy is consumed. So with this we are finishing our session, that is cellular respiration. What all things we learned here? We learned that there are 3 pathways in cellular respiration. Common pathway is what? Glycolysis. That is the first step in the cellular respiration. In that glucose will be splitting into 2 molecules of pyruvate. And then if oxygen is available, this pyruvate enters into Krebs cycle. So in a series of process called as Krebs cycle, in that a complete breakdown of pyruvate into carbon dioxide, water plus energy in the form of ATP is released. And if the oxygen is absent in the yeast cell, what happens to the pyruvate? That pyruvate incomplete breakdown into ethanol. So C2H5OH plus carbon dioxide plus only 2 ATP molecules are formed here. And in the muscle cells, in the lack of oxygen, where in the muscle cells, what happens to this pyruvate? It will be converted, not broken down, it is converted into lactic acid and energy is released for the synthesis of 2 ATP molecules. If this lactic acid accumulates, we get the cramps. So this is what we learned here. With this we are finishing the topic respiration, and in next video we are going to discuss about transportation. Thank you.